And of course the graveyard shift is always left to the best speaker in the conference, so there's no pressure at all. We've got someone who's going to speak to us now who's... a couple of things. One thing is that she works for TAFE. She worked for TAFE for about 15 years. She's been involved in education and with a specific focus on online education, but involved in education for 22 years. But the TAFE story, and obviously this next speaker is a part of the TAFE story, when we get excited about some of the educational facilities we've got in Dubbo, when we get excited about our university presence, one thing that flies a little bit under the radar, but I think is the real success of Dubbo in the region, is TAFE Western. And TAFE Western covers about 58% of the state. TAFE Western has around about 8,400 students. So for TAFE Western to really deliver fantastic services, then being able to deliver some of that remotely, electronically, being able to deliver some of that over whatever connections are available, obviously is essential at the moment and can only get better as time goes forward as we get better connectivity. So to hear from TAFE Western Connect, or TAFE Connect, sorry, Merelyn Treanor.
Everyone, what a fantastic lot of ideas. My head is reeling with the amount of possibility, the future that awaits us here in the Orana region. If, like me, you are going, wow, how can we really capitalise and take most opportunity from what you have here? Of course, we don't know the answer, we're just beginning to ask the questions. What I wanted to talk about today, a little, as Matt has said, is the story of TAFE Western Connect. Now, some of the messages we've heard from our speakers today and yesterday have been around things like having the vision and the courage to change, to keep up with the possibilities that are on offer for us. Also, having the entrepreneurship that we heard about in the very first session with Ernesto. The idea that equity, ubiquity of service are critical for our country to really go ahead. And I think our story in TAFE Western Connect has shined some light on both of those things. The other important message from today was if we don't evolve as businesses or as government services and organisations, we all face extinction. So there's some lessons for us all in it. So TAFE Western Connect. Vocational education and training, I guess most people know TAFE as an organisation. We've been around for an awful long time and we've been subject to massive change over the time that we've been in place. So the current period of turmoil and change in vocational education and training in Australia is nothing new, I suppose, although it's probably ramped up quite a lot for us. So there's been a paradigm shift in education as well as in technology and in society. The old way we used to deliver vocational education and training was chalk and talk, a stand and deliver. A bit like the teacher had all the knowledge, the students were the empty vessels who came to be filled, the knowledge was transmitted from teacher to student, students went away full of knowledge, became active workers. That model has changed significantly to become a collaborative model, which is enabled by the technology, by peer-to-peer learning, by enabling learners to connect with one another. As we heard in Anne-Marie's presentation yesterday, the school children with their, the cradle to grave images are coming through my head now, the iPad at 2, the seniors with their index finger operating their iPads. We've heard about it all, and it's today's reality. So over the last 12 months, or the other thing about TAFE, I guess, is that over our territory, we have 24 colleges in all the little locations and centres that you see on the map there. We stretch from Lithgow to Broken Hill. We cover over 50% of the state of New South Wales, but within that geography, there's only about 4% of the state's population. So we do have those 24 colleges. The old paradigm was whatever courses were on offer at that college in that town was the limit of vocational education and training that could be offered in that town. The new paradigm, of course, is that the marketplace has opened up and will continue to open up further. Competition is rife, and I guess for small business, exactly the same situations occurring. Some of the areas that we deliver training to are the most remote areas in the state. Some don't have internet services available, so we've had to partner with Optus to get a special telecommunication satellite to beam lessons into places like Gadooga and Wilmaringal, right up near the border. There are 16,000 working-aged Aboriginal people in the Western region. The total population covered by this territory is 233,712. And Aboriginal education has been one of our big successes over the years. We wondered how Aboriginal people would take to e-learning, and of course it's a good success story which I'll tell you about. So in this geography we employ 1,700 staff, and you mightn't have ever thought about this, but TAFE Western contributes to the economy of the Western region to the equivalent of $500 for every man, woman and child in the region. So we're a significant employer and a significant contributor. We also have one of the largest vocational education